Hello students. In our last class we studied about metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now let us take alloys. What are alloys? Alloys are a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or non-metals combined in a definite proportion in their molten state. When we mix two or more metals or non-metals in their molten state and we mix in a homogeneous way, that means uniformly, if we mix them uniformly and of course the proportion is definite, then alloys are formed. So alloys are the mixtures of metals or non-metals combined in a definite proportion and they are homogeneous mixture. So alloys show properties which are superior to the metals or non-metals out of which they are made up of. The examples of alloys are steel, brass, bronze, nichrome, etc. Now why do we make alloys? What is the reason? The reasons for alloying are, first, to increase hardness, tensile strength and resistance to electricity. For example, when brass is made up of copper, zinc. So when copper and zinc is mixed in a fixed definite proportion, brass is formed. Brass is harder than copper. In the same way, nichrome, that is the mixture of nickel and iron and chromium, it has higher resistance to electricity as compared to copper. So this is the first reason. The next reason is to lower the melting point. For example, solder is a metal alloy which melts at a lower temperature than the metals being soldered. Now the solder, which is made up of lead and tin, it melts at 180 degrees centigrade, 180 degrees Celsius, which is much lower than melting point of lead or tin. Now the next reason is to modify appearance, color and chemical activity. For example, stainless steel. The stainless steel is used in making utensils. In our kitchen, the steel utensils are actually stainless steel and it is an alloy. So it is made up of iron, carbon, nickel and chromium. It is bright, lustrous like silver and aluminium. Okay, so this stainless steel is made for its appearance, color and chemical activity. Now this bronze, it is made up of aluminium, copper. It is bright yellow and it resembles gold. It looks like gold. And the sodium amalgam, it is made up of sodium and mercury. It is chemically less reactive than sodium. Then what are the points to remember while making alloys? Number 1, two metals that are to be mixed together should be in their molten state. Care must be taken to ensure that one metal does not boil before the other metal. So both the metals should be in molten state. And the metals in an alloy must dissolve in each other completely. So all the metals which are taking part in becoming an alloy must dissolve each other. Therefore, there should be a homogeneous mixture. Now, some more points to remember is about amalgam. It's an alloy of mercury and one or more other metals. Now, dentists use this amalgam of silver and tin with minor amounts of copper and zinc to fill the cavities in teeth. If we have cavities in our teeth and if we go to the dentist, then to fill the cavities, doctors use amalgam, which is an alloy of silver and tin with minor amounts of copper and zinc. It forms a solid that can be shaped to match the contour of the teeth before it hardens. So dentist uses them. Now some uses of alloys. Solder, an alloy of tin and lead, is used for joining metal parts without damaging the metals. In jet engines, metal discs that are used in turbines, turbine blades are made up of super alloy of 11 elements. 11 elements are used in making this super alloy and it is used in jet engines. And what are these 11 elements are? It includes nickel, titanium and other elements. An alloy of gold and copper is used in jewelry to increase the strength of ornaments. Duralumin is an alloy of aluminium, and it is a strong, hard, lightweight alloy of aluminium widely used in aircraft construction. So students, these are the uses of alloy. This is it for today. Thank you.